and welcome to the 1st September, autumn. Right, I've just sent the lads off to do their job with a load of wood chip, and I've got 2 more people coming in this morning. Local contractors also want wood chip. So at the moment, all I've got left to sell, that bit there. So I said to folks, if you want it, you're gonna have to hurry up because that's all I've got. I don't intend to sell any of that. That's gonna go towards our animal bedding, and it's already still not enough. So hopefully we can make a bit more. So I'm just in the process of turning this now because we've got a bit of green in the front edge of this. So we're moving this to the back and basically mixing it all up, turning it up together, which will basically put the wood chip heap through its fungal cycle. So those of you that deal with recycling and green waste will understand what I mean. This will go through a process of, there will be a layer of like white dust, especially under leaf. See if I can find you a bit and tell you what I'm talking about. So yeah, especially where there's been a bit of leaf, there will be a layer of white, it's not mycelial dust, it's just dust. Not enough leaf in that, not enough leaf in that. Maybe there's some in here. No, not really. No, sometimes you'll go through, usually just under the top there'll be like a layer of, it's like white talcum powder. Anyway, that's nasty. And you've got to be really careful with it because they get that on your chest, on your lungs, pretty harmful stuff. So yeah, there's not a lot in here. I think it's because we haven't had that much green recently. Most of this is fairly, oh well, there's a bit. Okay, so to see the difference in colour, that's sort of the stuff that's on the top is exposed to the air. Where it starts getting a little bit anaerobic down in here, this stuff, okay? Now when it's dry and you push this around, it becomes aerosol, gets into the air. And that's, if I'm moving a lot of that, the wind's going that way, which is good. If I'm moving a lot of that, then I have to put a face mask on or a respirator. So, yeah. But I always make sure when I'm pushing this up, the wind is going that way, pushing it away from me. Right, anyway, so while I'm waiting for our first customer to turn up, let's get and move some of that way.
Inclined to make history, but I never really had the time. Spent my life living dangerously, never worried how I'm getting by. I'm out here working, trying to do what I can. I'm out here sweating, dripping blood from my hands. Doing what I'm good at, just doing what I'm made for. Just doing what I'm good at, just doing what I'm made for. I know my money on my mind. Yeah, you bet I'm gonna have a good time. I know my money on my mind. Yeah, you bet I'm gonna have a good time.
Okay, that's kind of tidied that up. The right hand side of the heap, I've already turned that once, so that doesn't really need doing again. This stuff I've just chucked over now is what we bought back in the last month, and it was just time to move that to there, just to move it, gets a bit of air into it, so it carries on with the breakdown of the organic matter, the greeny, leafy bits. We don't want them, so we want all that. By the time we put it into the bedding for the cattle, I kind of want all the leaf more or less gone. So yeah, that's why we turn it. Could do with turning the muck heap as well, but I ain't got a lot of space. I'll just see if mother-in-law's paper's arrived yet. If I get it early enough, no, not yet. If I get it early enough, it means I can sneakily read the headlines before I give it to her. But don't tell her I said that. Okay, that's both my customers have been in and had their wood chip. Although one of them said, "You're going to be around for 11:30. Can I come back for a second one?" I was like, "Yeah, all right, okay." So I can't go too far. So I think what I'm going to do, I still got the Machio Giraffe on the tractor. The weatherman says we got maybe a week of good weather. So I reckon we could be haymaking, mowing for silage tomorrow. So the little paddock opposite the vets, I want to get that cut. Now I drove past there the other day in this and looked over the hedge, because I can't see over the hedge in my van, and noticed there's some yellow flowers out there. So I think we got some ragwort, which I thought I'd pulled all of it over the last couple of years, but from what I can see, there's quite a patch. Anyway, not only do I need to do that, but I also need to tidy up the verge just outside and the gateway. So I've got half hour. We'll go and do that. We'll go and just have a little tidy up. Hopefully the traffic now is calmish. Get the gate open, and then it's going to be back up here, get me Land Rover, back down, pull the ragwort, and maybe this afternoon we'll put the mower on, get it all greased up, ready to go. Yeah, that sounds like a plan. Before we do that, I'll have a little bit of a tidy up out of the front. So. Yeah, we're warm. Now that wheel's going to fall off the verge and go thump and make me jump. So I've got the gateway done, that's sorted out. Just remembered actually before I take this off, I have actually promised to top off a little paddock up in the town. So I might leave ragwort pull until after lunch, when the grass will be a bit drier and it's actually quite wet out there still. So it's well, 25 past 11, but the dew is still hanging around. So it won't hurt. I've got to go back and wait for Martin to come back, and not our Martin, another Martin, to get his second load of wood chip. So I think we'll go back and do that in a minute when he turns up. And in the meantime, probably drink coffee or something. Right, well, the gate's open ready for me anyway, so one of those things, do I leave it open, do I shut it again? I'm definitely coming back, so I'll leave it open. I don't think anybody's going to want to put a caravan in there while it's, well, knee-high in grass anyway. So I needed fuel anyway, so 11:30. Not here yet. I don't know what it is. People will give you a time when they're going to come and pick stuff up, so you wait around for them, and then they're late. So, and that would be all right if I was earning hundreds of pounds off of them. But when it's like 10 or 20 quid or something, you sometimes wonder, I could be doing something else and earning another fiver. More fuel. So compared to the big T7s and T8s that Reg has got, this thing is pretty frugal on fuel, to be honest. That's just done a day's work at the farm, and I never fill the tank right to the brim. It's only usually 3/4 full. Day's work over there, done this few bits and bobs around here. Yeah, and it's still got between 1/4 and 1/3 of the tank. I'm just topping it up just to kill some time while I'm waiting for someone to come and collect their chip, who's supposed to be here already. Do you know that sinking feeling when you come out to do a job? You know it's a horrible job. Nobody enjoys this job. It's a rotten, back-breaking job. And you look at it and go, oh, hour, maybe just over, and I'll have that knocked in the head. That's what I thought when I got here. Over an hour ago. I'm not halfway through yet. I hate ragwort. And my trousers keep falling down just to top it off. Another half a dozen piles like this. I can start pulling again then. Joy. Come here. Is that all of it? No. So some of you eagle-eyed folks will have noticed I've left this a bit late. Mind you, in saying that, until a couple of days ago, I didn't even know this was out here. I pulled all the ragwort out here last year, and I thought, oh, when I come to mow it, it might be one or two, but obviously they liked this year a lot. That's the last one. Oh. Oh. And I can't tell you how pleased I am. Yeah. So yes, I went home and I got changed in shorts because it was too flipping hot in black jeans and wellies. And besides that, I was thirsty, so I had a couple of pints of juice, squash, just to stop me dehydrating. Right. I'm too puffed to talk. I'll come back in a minute. It doesn't look that much in here. Not really. But I think I broke myself. Because most of this I pulled. Some of it I dug. But most of it I pulled. It was going on longer than I thought it was going to. It's Friday. I wanted to get back here by 4:30 to make sure I saw the guys before I went home for the weekend. So I kind of went into overdrive a little bit. And now my body's telling me that I was a bloody idiot. Because I've actually not managed to identify a bit that doesn't hurt. So, I haven't washed off the topper. I haven't gone and done anything else. I literally got as far as this. I thought I was going to be finished with this by 3 o'clock. Done. No, it was 4:30 when I finished. Yeah. So today's video is finishing here because I've just hobbled across the yard from the house after having a cup of tea. Just to look at it and go, it's not that much. In the grand scheme of things, as far as a day's work's concerned, this is nothing. I used to do this, never think of it. Never thought anything to do with stuff like this. But today, mind you, I don't know what I'm going to be like tomorrow. So, right. I had intended to come back and unload this into bags and stuff like that, but there is actually quite a lot on here. So it needs to go into a dumpy bag, or I'm thinking maybe, I can't do it here because it'd be too smoky. Maybe I'll take a trip if I get a chance over to the farm tomorrow, up on the hill, and see if I can have a bonfire. It will be a smoky bonfire because it's green, and see if I can burn it. Because that's what I got to do with this. It's all going to seed, so we don't want these little fellas flying around. So yeah. Anyway, I'm broken. So, like I said the other day, this getting old business is not what it's cracked up to be.